says driving around the city is stressful. He never knows when he'll be pulled over or why.
I feel I'm targeted. I'm constantly harassed by the police. Driving while black.
Last Friday, McRae was driving his girlfriend to work in LaSalle in his Mercedes-Benz. He says a police officer stopped him, told him he didn't have a license plate, and asked him how long he had owned his car.
So I said, "Are you telling me my license plate is not the back of the vehicle?" That is when I opened the door and get to the back of the vehicle. And then I saw my license plate formally attached to where it's supposed to be.
He says the officer then told him he could leave. McRae says it was a case of harassment. Foniemi with Montreal's Centre for Research Action on Race Relations agrees and helped him file a complaint with the Police Ethics Commissioner.
We think that it's a typical case of driving while black, basically a black man driving a Mercedes, and the officer coming up with a bogus reason to stop.
This is the third time McRae has filed a complaint. The first was back in March when he was pulled over and told lights over his license plate weren't working, even though McRae says they were. That's now the subject of an investigation. His second complaint was another incident in June, which he settled.
This has been happening over and over again. And it seems like, nothing changes. But I just want, the chief, I want the chief to explain why he's allowing his ranks to racially profile black men driving.
Niemi fears cases like McRae's aren't rare.
Is there a marching order from the top to do this systematically to black drivers in fancy cars? Or is it a kind of an example of an implicit racial bias among many police officers who are not trained to recognize that they have bias, or who are not trained to interact with the black drivers in the way that do not discriminate?
Montreal police have no comment on the case at this time, but on its website, the SPVM says it is against all racial profiling. McRae expects to hear back from the force within a month, and he says he hopes that he doesn't get pulled over again. In the meantime, Aphrodite Salas, CTV News.
A change